What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Awesome Nerd Show. I'm back with more Marvel Legends, and this time we're checking out the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse wave, or the Stilt-Man Build-A-Figure wave. And so this is a pretty cool set. So we get 4 characters from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So here we're starting off with Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy, and you can see Gwen comes with Spider-Ham, and then the Build-A-Figure pieces for Stilt-Man there. And then we get 2 additional characters of Peter B. Parker and Prowler. Now, I loved Into the Spider-Verse just like most people, so it's really cool to get these figures that go along with it. Finally, it's been a couple years. We did get some. We got like Miles and maybe Gwen in their full costume forms. I don't remember exactly, but this is the first time getting ones, you know, that you can distinctly tell are from Into the Spider-Verse. So very cool to get those figures. And then we get 2 comic characters thrown in here. So we get a Hand Ninja and then Frogman, which looks really cool. But the Hand Ninja is really cool because it's obviously like an army builder. You can buy a bunch of Hand Ninjas, you know, just to build the hand. But he also comes with legs for Stilt-Man that we'll see, and you can make Stilt-Man grow really tall, which I think is cool. So I'm excited to open up all these figures, especially to check out these Into the Spider-Verse figures and then build that Stilt-Man with his long legs and stuff. That'll be really fun. So let me get these figures open and out of the box, and we'll take a look at them together. So we're starting off with the Miles Morales here, and he looks really good. All of these Into the Spider-Verse figures just look really good. They did an excellent job with face sculpts, which of course is easy since they're cartoon characters. It's not as hard to get the realistic looking faces, but they just look incredible all together. So here we have Miles, of course, maskless to start out with there, so you can see his face again looks really good. Nice hair, the face all together looks nice. Unfortunately, it looks like he may have like a weird mark there on his forehead. I assume that's not supposed to be there, but just like a mark of the paint. But otherwise, the face looks absolutely incredible. And then he's in his Miles outfit, so his all black Spider-Man looking outfit has the red paint over the top of it though to give him his Spider-Man logo there. Otherwise, it's just the all black outfit. You can see all the webbing design on there. Unfortunately, it's not all painted in like with the red lines, and so they just went pretty basic with an all black body. So that's on underneath all of his outfit, and then you can see he then has like a red hoodie on, so it has the hood there on the back, and then the zip up part there in the front, and then a blue jacket on over the top of it. So we have the sleeves that come down, of course, cover up most of his Spider-Man outfit, but we can see his hands there, so we have the red fingers there on the all black costume once again. And then he has some like jean shorts or something like that, and then you can see the black legs of his outfit going down there to his red high tops. Pretty nice looking shoes. Paint jobs aren't the best. It looks like there's some white paint where it shouldn't be, but otherwise overall looks really nice. So for his movement, so his head there can twist all the way around. He can look down that far and up that far. Shoulders come up just about 90 degrees there and can rotate around. He has the single elbow joint that comes up to 90 degrees there and has the rotation in it, and then the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. We have his upright crunch there. He can crunch forward and back. It's hard with the coat though to get him to go backwards, but he can crunch back and forth there. And then he does have right at his waist a lower crunch, so it allows a little bit more back and forth there, but it also has the twist, so you can twist him all the way around. His hips come up 90 degrees and out to the side that far. He does have a thigh twist up in there. You can like twist his leg back and forth, but obviously you can't see it, but up in there he does have a thigh twist. The double knee joint that bends up that far. Oh, he can kick his butt with a little bit of forcing, and then his foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. So as you can see, it is a pretty good figure. Now, unfortunately, with all of these, especially the Into the Spider-Verse ones, they all have the pinless technology, so you don't see any like pin marks there on the arm or on the leg there. They're all just kind of built in. But unfortunately, that has led us to almost every single character of these has issues with joints somewhere. Like with the lower arm section, I mean, he's only got a single arm joint, but like if they have double, we have some issues. So we've had to heat them up. So it makes the joints just really stiff, unfortunately. So I'm afraid we're going to end up breaking some, but haven't broken any so far. And then he comes with some accessories. So he has the unmasked head there. So we get the masked version, which I probably don't care for as much since he's not in the full costume here. I wouldn't really care to put on the masked version. So I think the unmasked would do much better with his street clothes he has on there, but it is cool that we do have the extra head option. And then we get some extra hands here, so we get the opposite of what he has. So he has the web hand and the fist, so we get a fist and a web hand there. So overall, this figure I think would be much cooler if you could just take some of the outfit on and just have the normal Miles Morales Spider-Man on underneath here in full costume, but unfortunately you can't, so you just have to kind of leave him with the street clothes on and everything. But I think he still looks incredible just the way it is. And next up we got Gwen Stacy, or Spider-Gwen, or Ghost Spider she's currently known. And again, another incredible looking figure, especially with the face there. Just looks absolutely incredible. We'll look at, but she's in her just normal Spider-Gwen costume, all black and white. I just love the details, the white on top, black in the center, and going down the legs. She has the ballerina shoes on the bottom in that blue color that I love every time. And then she also has the pink detailings there, like especially there on the inside of her arm. So has the pink underneath with the blue webbing painted on top, and I just absolutely love those color combinations, and you can see on the inside of her hood there as well. But the face, like I said, looks incredible. Again, it's a cartoon version, but the face looks spot on to the movie. Just looks incredible. It's nice she does have her blonde hair, so longer on the one side, shorter on the other, where it's shaved there on the back of it. So it's incredible that they translated that so well. But for her movements though, her head can twist all the way around there, and she can look down that far and up that far, so pretty good movements. But then her shoulder comes up and it can go up over 90 degrees degrees there, and of course can rotate all the way around. She has the single elbow joint again, so it comes up to 90 degrees there and has the twist in it, and then her wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. We then have her ab crunch right under her chest, so she can only go back and forth a little bit, not really forward at all, but she can go further back like that. So not too much movement there, but she does twist around in there. Her hips come up 90 degrees out to the side that far, thigh twist all the way around, double knee joint that bends up that far. She has a shin twist right in there that can twist all the way around, and then her foot can flex back and forth and can twist side to side. So another great looking Gwen Stacy here, and so she comes with some accessories. So she comes with a masthead that goes perfectly with this, so I will be switching this out because since she is in her all costume, having the head would go perfectly with it. But it's nice, you can see the pink there around the eyes and then that pink and blue webbing there on the inside of it, so it just looks cool. So I'll switch this out. She does have the extra hood piece here, so I'll have to take that off as well. So there it is with the mask on, and of course looks really cool. It just looks like normal Spider-Man, but I think with these, I think the faces just look so good, I'll probably just want to leave the normal unmasked faces on. And then she comes with some extra hands, so we get 2 web slinging hands that go along with her fists. But the coolest thing she comes with is Spider-Ham here, so we get Peter Porker, which looks really nice. So it's just a little tiny figure, doesn't really do much or anything. The only movement it has is in the head there, so the head can twist around and move back and forth there. That's the only movement it has, so the rest of it's just pretty much a statue. But it looks pretty awesome. It looks, of course, like Spider-Man, but as a pig. So it's got the big pig head, the pink nostrils, and the ears coming off, and then the big fat belly there, and he's standing in a little like pose there, ready for battle. Has a little spiral tail there in the back. Just looks super cool, so it's perfect to go along here with Spider-Gwen, and it's a perfect addition to get another Spider-Man to go with our Into the Spider-Verse figures. And next up, we've got Peter B. Parker, which was the older Spider-Man, kind of like the mentor to Miles in the movie, but this is the older, more middle-aged version of Spider-Man, so he's kind of started to let himself go. But again, with the face sculpts, I think the face looks absolutely amazing. Just the way they detail design and stuff, it just looks pretty spot on to the movie. Hair sticking up and kind of flipped over to the side, does have the 5 o'clock shadow going on there on his face, and just kind of like the dopey sort of face going on there, which is cool. And his clothing, so he has the Spider-Man costume on underneath there, so just the normal classic Spider-Man. And if you can kind of see, he does kind of have a little bit of a belly on, not as much as I think they kind of showed in the movie, but he does have a little bit of a thicker stomach on there, which is cool. But over the top, he's got this long jacket. Then he's got some sweatpants on underneath, which is pretty funny. And then most pathetic, we go down to his feet where he's got one boot on and one like Converse on, which I find pretty funny there. So overall, not my favorite looking character just because the outfit he's in, but it just, the face though just looks absolutely dead on, and it's just perfect for the movie. So for his movements, so his head there can twist around. He can look down. It's a little bit hard. His neck is kind of tall and lanky. Feels like it's going to break, but you can get him to look down that far and up that far. So pretty decent movements in the neck. Shoulders come up to 90 there and rotate around. He has the bicep twist, and then he's got a double elbow joint that, again, these are the kind of stiffer ones, so it's going to be hard to bend. So there, I got it bent. So it comes back pretty far, which is really nice. And then his wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. We have his upper ab crunch right in there, so he can crunch back and forth a little bit, but again, the jacket's kind of in the way. But he does have a twist up in that top section as well. But then he also has a lower crunch right at his waist, so it has that additional little crunch in there. You can see that, and it also twists around in there as well. But then his hips come up to 90 degrees there, out to the side, just about that far. He's got thigh twist all the way around, a double knee joint that bends up that far, and he can kick his own butt. And then at the bottom of the pants leg, we do get a twist that goes all the way around, and then we have the foot that flexes back and forth there and can twist side to side. So the only real issues I'm having with these figures is those pinless joints not being loose enough and kind of being really stiff, but he comes with a good number of accessories. So we have his unmasked head, so we get one that's still kind of unmasked, but he does have the mask up on the top of his head, so it's lifted up there, we're revealing his face. So that would be kind of a decent one to switch out with if you wanted to, so it's still, you know, revealing and showing the face, but still has the Spider-Man mask included in there. And then we get some extra hand. He has 2 ungloved hands on already, so we get some gloved versions. So we got the webbing hands, and then we also get a set of fist hands here, again both with the Spider-Man gloves on. But I want the ungloved hands on because he also comes with a cup here, and it has the perfect hand here that fits the cup perfectly, so it just fits right into his hand there. And then you could have it so he's kind of like drinking his drink and stuff, so it's pretty funny. Fits perfect for the Peter B. Parker from the movie and everything. It just looks incredible that way. And our final Into the Spider-Verse character is Prowler, and so this looks really cool. We've got Prowlers before, but this time, you know, it's designed directly from the movie, so it looks pretty cool. So it has the nice mask on, the spandex outfit that looks like it's mostly like black or really dark blue color. He does have the purple right there on his chest, so it goes down the arms and down the center and down his legs, but on the inside like of his abdomen and on the outside of his legs and inside of his arms, so it's got like more of a really dark teal color, which I don't know if you can see that too well. It's just that nice color switching out in there. It looks mostly all black, but if you you look at it closely, you do see that little detail. But of course, I love the purple on it with like the mask and on his chest and the inside of his cape and everything. I just love that purple. It just stands out really well. And if you don't know about Prowler, he is actually Miles Morales' uncle, and it's because of him that Miles got the powers like Spider-Man, because his uncle Aaron Davies was a burglar and criminal, and when he was stealing technology from Osborn Industries, a genetically enhanced spider ended up crawling into his bag. And Miles came over to visit it, crawled out of the bag, and ended up biting Miles, giving him the Spider-Man powers. So Prowler is kind of responsible for the creation of Miles, but then he's also a villain, so they have to kind of face off with each other, which we saw like in the chase scene and stuff in the movie. But overall, looks pretty cool. Like I said, I really like the colors and designs overall. I like his nice gauntlets here. He's got these big metal fingers and stuff, and then like the gauntlets have these like stuff around him with some pink and stuff. I don't know exactly what he does because I didn't really see anything like in his powers, but he may like shoot stuff out with it or whatever. Again, I don't really know exactly, but he's got a nice belt on with some pockets and everything, and then down to the boots where they look cool, has some like pink details, but they just look like big and robotic and everything, which is cool. But for movements though, his head there can twist side to side, and it's hard to get some head movements. His head can move back and forth there a little bit, but he has this big cape with like the peg thing that goes into his back. It's just all weird. It makes it real stiff and tight there up on his neck, unfortunately. But his shoulders come up to 90 degrees and can rotate around. He's got the bicep twist, the double elbow joint that bends up only that far, and then the wrist can twist around and they flex back and forth. He's got that crunch there, crunch forward and back, twist all the way around at the waist. Hips come up 90 degrees out to the side. Oh, we can almost do the splits. Thigh twist all the way around. Double knee joint here that can bend up that far. Shin twist right at the top of the boot there, and then the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. So out of all the Spider-Verse figures, he has the best movements with the pinless technology. He didn't have any issues with it, and it's like some of his joints are pretty loose feeling stuff. So overall, he's pretty easy to mess around with. But the only accessory he comes with is that he comes with this briefcase that we can pop open, and on the inside it's full of money. So it's got stacks of hundreds there, of course fake looking money and everything. So that's really the only thing he kind of comes with. So you can just take and kind of slide this briefcase into his hand, so you can kind of hold on to it there. At least I believe it goes with him, but it was in the pack with Stilt-Man pieces, so it could go with Stilt-Man. I don't know exactly, but since he doesn't have any other accessories, I'm just throwing it in there with him. And so next up we've got our Hand Ninja, and so the Hand is a clan of evil mystical ninjas that are involved in organized crime and mercenary activities, and we've seen him like, especially if you see like Daredevil, like the Netflix TV show, it really showed off like the hand and everything. So they're pretty much just a group of ninjas. So overall the figure looks exactly like that, just like a ninja. It doesn't really look like any like sort of standout Marvel character or anything. It just looks like your standard ninja, just all in a red outfit. So with the face, he does have some green eyes in there. He's the red hood on, a darker red face covering that only shows off the eyes, and that red goes on under like the gi. He has a strap around his chest. You can see it has some ninja stars in there, but it has a sheath here on the back for his sword. Has a nice all black belt tied there around his waist. On his arm, it does have some rope tied around his arms there, and what look to be some darker red gauntlets there wrapped around his forearms. And the red continues down his legs until you get to the feet, whereas the dark red boots on that has the toe. I love those kind of shoes. So overall, it's just your pretty standard ninja. It's nothing too crazy. You could buy this and throw in with any sort of set that you want. If you need a ninja, just buy this and throw it into any action figure collection. But for his movements, so his head there can twist all the way around. He can look down. He's pretty much looking down already and can look up a little bit. Not too much movement in the neck, unfortunately. Shoulders come up 90 degrees and has a butterfly joint. So our first butterfly joint this set, and of course it can rotate around. He's got the bicep twist, the double elbow joint, which these do have the pins on them again, so you can see the two pins there, and so it bends up just that far, only about 90 degrees. And the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. He has the upright crunch there, so crunch forward and back and twist around in there, and then he has the lower up crunch like the Power Rangers Lightning Collection figures do, so lower crunch down in there, so it allows the back and forth crunch in there, so pretty cool. Hips come up a little bit, so you gotta kind of force them up to the 90 degrees there and out to the side that far. Thigh twist all the way around, has the double knee joint that bends up that far. Shin twist right at the top of the boot, and then the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. So pretty cool overall for your standard ninja. He comes with some accessories though, so he has 2 grip hands on currently. He comes with 2 additional like grasping hands. Since he does have the sheath on his back, he does also come with a sword, so that's pretty cool. Go ahead and just stick that into the sheath. And then he comes with these 2 scythe looking weapons. I think they may be called kamas, but they're just cool looking weapons that we can go ahead and just slide these into his hands. So the Hand Ninja looks pretty badass, and it is an army builder, so you can buy multiple of these. And as I mentioned, you could even throw these in with other collections if you want. They're just so basic and everything, but it's pretty cool that they did make it so it's not very distinguishable. You can, you know, switch out weapons and stuff and make them all different, but it's pretty cool that you can buy a bunch of these and make a big army of hand ninjas. And our final basic figure is Frogman, which looks pretty crazy and a little funny at the same time. So he's pretty much just a big frog, but this is Eugene Patilio, and his father invented electrically powered coils and used them to make a costume here, and went out to become the villain Leapfrog. But quickly into his adventures, he was captured and sent to prison, and later in life Eugene found the costume and went out out to try and become a new hero in town as Frogman, and he'd go out and try and help out like Spider-Man and Daredevil and characters like that. So as you can see, it pretty much is just a giant frog costume. So especially with the helmet up here, it just got a giant frog-looking head. Nice all green body, but it had like the different color variation. So it's just like a basic green for the main body. Then all the like additional details and accessory are in more of like a yellow-green color. But it's pretty cool. So you can see the face right in there. Again, it's going to be hard to see, but you can see the white eyes of him. So that's of course how he sees out and everything. But then again, the all green body, I like how it has all these like little like oval design, trying to give it like the spots of like a frog and everything. But it has the yellow green belt there around his waist, the underwear, the boots that have the big giant web feet on it, and even have those springs that it was talked about there on the back. So that's kind of how he leaps around and everything. And then the gloves there. And if we spin him around onto his back, he's got the big giant backpack. I don't know exactly what the backpack does besides maybe powering up the springs, since it says they were electronic, and maybe like a big battery pack or something to help with the springs, but it just looks pretty funny. And if you couldn't tell, this is based off the Doc Ock body, so it's the same Dr. Octopus body that we've had before. And you can even tell that, especially if you look at the back, because he even has the spots for the tentacles still on his back. So we've got the lower ones there, and the upper tentacle pieces look like some of the backpack parts are going into it. So that's pretty fun, I think. But for movement, so his head there can twist all the way around. He can look pretty much just straight on there and down a little bit, not a whole lot of range. Shoulders come up 90 degrees and rotate around. He's got the bicep twist, the double elbow joint that bends up that far, and the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. He has the ab crunch there, crunch forward and back, so pretty good, and can twist around in there. Hips come up 90 degrees out to the side that far. He's got the thigh twist in there, double knee joint that comes up that far, shin twist right at the top of the boot, and then the foot flexes back and forth a little bit there and can twist side to side. So unfortunately, he is a little bit hard to stand up because of his feet, since he has the little springs on there. They are kind of like high heels, so it doesn't add a lot of support, and with the backpack on his back, it kind of keeps pulling him back, and with the thinner spring here back there, doesn't really offer much stability, so he tends to fall back a lot. And the only accessories he comes with are 2 additional hands, so we get the opposite. So we have fist hand and a grasping hand to go with the opposite on him already. So overall, not the best action figure, but it is just crazy looking and everything, and a great one to add to your shelf. So that now gives us all the pieces to build our Stilt-Man here, so let me go ahead and pop him together. So here I got Stilt-Man put all together, and this is really cool just how tall he is. So I had to raise the camera up really high, so it's just him standing all the way up there, and we can go ahead and pan down his legs. So you can see his feet there down on the table and just how tall he is. So here I'll put Frogman next to him so you can see how high up in the air he is. It's just crazy. So unfortunately with these figures, there's a couple things I don't like. I think overall he looks super cool. I just like him in the all silver outfit. You just see some of his face right there, some of the skin tone, but the rest of him just all silver. But some things I don't like is his little outfit up here, like just this upper part here that you slide on. It's supposed to have a peg in the back, but I cannot get the peg that's on this thing to reach the hole, because the hole's like in the center of his back there. I can only get it to reach like down here, even though I'm trying to like force in everything I can. I cannot get it to go into that hole, so that's a little unfortunate. So it kind of like hangs loose some of the time, but fortunately it's kind of like stuck down here with his chin, helps hold it on, and then like the antennas up on his head here kind of help hold it on as well. And the only other thing I don't like is his whole leg parts. I wish he just had some normal length legs so you could just make him like a normal looking character, but unfortunately he only comes with the long legs, and so you can only make him really tall. He does have like some things with his legs, so he does also come with this cool little stand that you can put the feet on so he can stand and everything a lot easier. But we do have down here on his feet some like joints that can like rock back and forth here, so you can kind of adjust it to get him to stand. But right here he does have a separation, so that's where you kind of like pull it apart and split it. So if you buy more hand ninjas which come with the legs, you can just attach more legs onto the bottom, so you just pull this off here and then attach more legs and can make him really tall. So I wish at this point was maybe up here or something, so that way you could just take him off and then just give him normal size legs. So that's the only thing I don't like. I wish he just had normal legs so we could just use him as a normal figure. But still, this is pretty incredible. It's the first time Marvel Legends has done something like this where you can just buy stuff and just keep adding to it and make him super tall if you want to. I think pretty much what he is now is about as tall as we probably need to go. I know we do have more hand ninjas just to have more of that army builder, but I think putting more on this would just make him ridiculous, and we already don't really have any place to put stuff, so it'd kind of just take up more space we don't have. But it looks pretty cool overall. Like I said, it's pretty much just a basic character, just all in silver. But this is Wilbur Day, and he used stolen technology designs to create a pair of long telescopic metal legs, and so that's kind of like his whole thing of his criminality. But the cool thing about this suit, besides the really long legs, is that the suit is made of a durable armor, so he can withstand some more damage, and it has a silicone coating which is resistant to adhesives, so it's like Spider-Man's webbing doesn't work on this because it doesn't stick to his armor, so that's pretty cool. But for the figure itself, the head is going to be hard to move again because of this whole thing, but we can take it off. So the head there can twist all the way around, and he can look down and look up. With this, he kind of looks like a weird version of Batman. Shoulders come up 90 degrees and rotate around. He's got the bicep twist, a double elbow joint that bends up that far, and then the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. He's got an ab crunch there, crunch forward and back, twist at the waist all the way around, and then we do have the hips, so the hips can move up that far, so that's pretty funny looking there, and out to the side that far. Of course, he does have the thigh twist right in there, and then we saw the movements all the way down here at the bottom. So very strange looking figure, but it's pretty cool and neat and just something different, which is awesome. And then he does come with some accessories, so he does have 2 fist hands that go along with the 2 grip hands, and then with the grip hand we do get a gun that can go into his hand. So there we go. No, Stilt-Man's got a gun. And as I kind of mentioned earlier, the briefcase with the money may go with him as well, so you could stick that into his other hand if you wanted to. So that's gonna be it for our Marvel Legends Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse wave with the Build-A-Figure Stilt-Man. So overall, it was a pretty cool wave. It was nice getting the 4, technically 5 characters from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse with the Miles, Gwen, Peter B. Parker, and Prowler. And then also pretty cool to throw in the 2 comic characters of Frogman, just something very unique and crazy, and then the Hand Ninja with an army builder, which of course all led to the Stilt-Man, which is pretty cool, just standing up real tall there into pack. Of course, hard to fit into the camera and everything, but overall, I think that was just a fun set of the characters. All look really good, and it's just something weird and wacky. It just kind of fits perfect for Into the Spider-Verse. It was a fun, wacky movie, so we get a bunch of fun, wacky characters that go along with this set. But let me know what you thought of this set down in the comments down below, and have you picked this set up for yourself? Or if you're really crazy, how tall are you building your Stilt-Man? But if you enjoyed this review, please leave a thumbs up for me and hit that subscribe button down below to see more of our Marvel Legends reviews. But thank you all for watching. I hope you stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.